I was having a conversation the other day, somebody about relationships, right? And they asked me the question of what moment did you realize that dating was dead in the West? You know, it's funny because one of the first things I thought of, and you know what, before I even get into that, this is something that, men have conversations about from time to time, and if a man would have picked on me for not experiencing this yet, you know what I mean, I wouldn't look at it differently. But I remember one time I was having a conversation with some ladies, and they asked me if I ever had a threesome before, and I said no. And these women looked at me like I was crazy, as if like, you know what I mean, as if like I wasn't good enough all of a sudden. You know what I mean? It was like they made me feel less than. And this was prior to me to discovering the red pill, just so y'all know. Yeah, I mean, this was definitely in my blue pill times. But that was kind of like what opened the door to me discovering this space on YouTube, because in my mind I'm thinking, how did we get to a place where, like, you mean to tell me the sexual liberation for women is so strong that if you're a man who's never had a threesome anymore, if you're a man that's never had a threesome before, women see you as less than? So because I haven't had a threesome, that makes me less desirable? Like I've never had multiple women interested in me at the same time? Like, come on, like, let's be real here. And that just goes, and what that lets me know is that women, a lot of these women are, I'm like, y'all gotta be screwing the same dudes or the same kind of dudes to even have that kind of reaction to a man that's never had a threesome before. And the sad part is, you got girls, like I know a girl on Facebook, right? This woman has had threesomes, had an OnlyFans and everything. You know what I mean? Was living a very luxurious lifestyle, and I guess for the sake of perception, she pretty much chucked it all away. And keep in mind, she has a couple kids as well. Recently got married to somebody who clearly doesn't know much about her at all, because if he knew anything about her past, he probably wouldn't have asked to marry her in the first place. But I guess just because she's a church-going woman now, and this is recently, probably like within the last year or so, it's like all of a sudden you're just cleansed of all that stuff that happened in the past, and this man is supposed to act like none of it happened. And you want to know what's funny, man? And that wasn't the first time a woman made fun of me for never having a threesome before. I've came across this reaction from quite a few women, and I threw this out there just to see other women's reaction, because I really wanted to see what was, because by this time, this is when I discovered the RP. So at this time, I started, I was like willingly being open about letting women know about this, because I just wanted to see women's reaction. You know what I mean? Because it tells you a lot about how women think nowadays. So my response to women now when they make fun of me for never having a threesome before, you want to know what I tell them, and this kills them every single time. And this just goes to show you how selfish they really are. I was like, I'll tell them like, I'm like, it's funny. I get that reaction all the time. So since women want to make fun of me for never having a threesome before, I'm not settling down or getting married till I have a threesome first. And don't you know, I get all kind of heat, all kind of hate once I take it there. But these are the same women that were clowning me for never having a threesome before. But when I say, okay, well, I'm not going to settle down or get married till I have one, Now I'm like, now y'all want to throw a hissy fit. And the reason why I'm bringing this up, you guys, is because what this tells me about women in the dating market is that they are extremely selfish. They are more selfish than ever before. Because think about everything I just told y'all. The same women that were clowning me for never having a threesome before are the same women that would get upset with me when I told them I'm not settling down till I have a threesome. And I was really saying that just to see what reaction that I would get. And as expected, I got the most hypocritical response. But the reason why I got those responses is because in those women's eyes, I'm not seen as the guy two women sleep with at the same time. Because in those women's eyes, I was seen as the nice guy. Because in those women's eyes, I'm seen as the guy that you settle down with after you've been through your 304 phase. That's why when I have these kind of conversations with women, they get in their feelings and they get upset because they look at me like, you don't look like the type of guy that should think like that. You don't look like the type of guy that should know and understand female nature. Fellas, this is why they hate this space. Because the guys that they typically wouldn't give the time of day to are catching on to how they move. And I think they also are starting to see that they're not getting the kind of attention that they want to get. You're starting to see men be a little bit more forthcoming and less dating. That's why women are complaining about not being able to be taken on dates, not being able to be taken seriously. Ladies, y'all need to understand that men, thanks to the RP space, thanks to Kevin Samuels, other men advocates, including the women that advocate for men. This is why things are the way they are. Men have adapted to the dating culture that y'all created. Ladies, y'all have always been in control of the dating market because y'all control access to sex. But y'all have made it so accessible now that settling down for you long term ain't really worth it anymore. Because a man has more at risk dealing with you long term versus just a hookup. And let's be honest, every man's goal is to have some form of consistent sex. So why should I give you full commitment to get access to that when other men didn't have to give you the same requirements in order to get the sex? It's simple logic. But yeah, fellas, that's when I knew dating was dead, was when women started making fun of me for not having threesomes. It's one thing for a man to do it because we'll joke and chop it up all the time. But when women started making fun of me for not having a threesome, that's when I knew. Like, yeah, we're at the point of no return. I don't know, bro. That's all I wanted to talk, man. Just chop it out. I might do more videos like this, man. All right. If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hitting that bell notification. That way y'all know what I'm uploading. And hit the like button because it helps with the algorithm. It helps me reach a broader audience. Until the next video, you guys. Deuces.